Hello, everybody, and welcome again to our new Wisdom Wednesday podcast. Today, we are so excited to have Melissa Garšva here. Thank you, Melissa, for joining today. She is a fashion designer for people with disabilities, and that's amazing. And we are dying to know everything about it. We also have here Sia Mohi, our COO, and Gavi, our questions and answers queen. Now, Melissa, welcome to our podcast. How are you today?
Fantabulous! Super happy to be here with everyone. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be able to share what I'm about to do in the whole world for disability and my talent. I'm very pleased.
That is wonderful. So let's just go started and let's just right back at it. So Melissa, for the people who really don't know you yet or like they're, trying to figure it out, who are you? Who is Melissa Garsba and how would you describe your journey so far?
Who is Melissa Garšva? I'm a Venezuelan, Lithuanian girl, now a woman. Uh, Graduated in Venezuela at 18 years old and traveled the world, went all over without intention, and ended up here in US and started doing interior design with my own firm. I built and collaborated to do buildings and a lot of beautiful homes. And 7 years ago, I started doing fashion as a therapy. Really, it was somewhere in my head, obviously. As you know, it was part of who I was, but life took a different turn. And I started doing interior design, as I also loved. And yeah, now we're here. It's been really exciting, especially once you understand your purpose, once you finally find um, that your abilities and talents are not here just because. They're not here just because it's something fun to do. You're here to change people's life, and you're here for embrace a group of society that is being basically neglected and invisible for decades. And so that is why I'm so happy to be able to do this. I think it's a gift from God. I think it's a beautiful thing that to embrace people that are struggling to get dressed every day. And I'm not going to continue because I know you have more questions, and I can keep on going forever as to why I'm so passionate about this.
So actually on that, what was it in your life? What was the trigger or what was the desire that you felt that made you want to go into this? It's a very niche, it's very admirable, but what is it that drew you into that?
I remember being a little girl, friendly, really friendly with a lot of my neighbors. And there was a particular boy named, he was a man actually with a Down syndrome. His name was Edgar. And no one talked to him. I remember this as very vividly, how no one knew how to interact with him. Just people will talk and hi, and just act so weird around him. And I didn't. Something within me knew that he was just like me, and that he needed love and attention. And I used to go and visit him. And he was in his 30s, and I was like 16 years old. I used to go to the bakery in front of his house and just hang out with him for like a little bit. So this was part of my heart and my mind forever. But when I started designing 7 years ago, I basically I was going through a lot in my life, in my private life, and including losing my mother of cancer, and then I have a difficult breakup, and also having difficulties with my teenager son, and that allowed me to take a pause in life. I decided to take a pause in life, and I knew that no one in the world could give me the peace and the comfort that was coming from the big boss. No one can do that. So I'm like, you know what? This is a calling. I just finished remodeling a big building of 11 units in Fort Lauderdale front waterfront property, and then I designed during the COVID a big beautiful house. And from that profit, I actually sit and decided to remodel my second bedroom and convert it into my atelier, which is a creative space for designers. People call it studio, but it's an atelier, like what you see here. What is it? Is my atelier where you
Ah,
Yes, this is where I create, and when all the magic happens. I have my
Nice.
palettes here, and this is where I create everything. And so basically, I decided to convert my room into my atelier, and everything changed. I started developing and discovering things within myself that even though I had a background in design. I graduated in Venezuela when I was 18. I They didn't teach me all that I knew, all that I started developing. I bought, actually, I didn't buy. I have a beautiful story about this. I had someone coming from Venezuela. She was like my sister, and she decided to come and support me, be with me, comfort me. And she also wanted to leave Venezuela. So I said, Mi casa es tu casa. She comes over my house, and on Mother's Day, she didn't really have a lot of sources. Her finances were completely zero. I was the one providing for her, supporting her until she can be on her feet. And on Mother's Day, I never forget, she bought me this machine.
sewing machine.
She bought me my first sewing machine with the little money that she had, and that the rest is history, guys. I mean, I started. It was just like driving a bicycle. You just go on and you just, I thread it. I had a piece of linen. My first inspiration were my two nieces, my two beautiful nieces, and I created these two beautiful dresses, and it was incredible. Now that was just how I started again. The disability started 7 years ago. There was someone that saw my purses. Oh, I'm going to show you real quick one of the purses that I created. And she loved it. And this woman, her name was Monique. I don't know. You know how internet is. They find you from under the rocks. Look at this. This is a purse that I knitted with my own hands.
Oh, wow.
So it has like a flower
Yeah.
with a bracelet. So it looks like you're wearing a bracelet. So this was like one of the first things that I ever designed. Now I posted, and somebody saw it, and she ordered me one, and also gloves. Now she was a wheelchair user.
Oh, okay.
And so she asked me, is that okay if you do something with it so I can open the zipper? And I'm like, absolutely, I got you. So I made a loop, like a special loop, so she can put, because she had hardly any mobility in her hands. She couldn't, she's just wheeling her wheelchair. And it was difficult for her to maneuver. So I designed that for her. And from that point, the joy that I had in my heart knitting this for her, and then she ordered gloves that matched the black and purple purse. She loved it when she received the chip, or the pieces. She went over the moon. She was just so happy, and she started like, Melissa, um, I see how much you love to do this. And I have a lot of friends that are actually wearing, colonoscopy bags. I know I say it wrong, but when you have, what it is. So basically, she asked me, is that okay can you do something about it? And I say, absolutely. So I designed something to cover the colonoscopy bag, something fashionable, something stylish for it that will give him the dignity to be comfortable again and go out, because obviously you're not feeling your best if you're not, with this, you're not, you can go to the bathroom on regular basis as you and I. And so
Melissa,
it was, yes.
no, continue and I will ask you. We have a good
Okay.
question here from the audience.
Of course. And so that's how the whole thing started. Now, I mind you, this was 7 years ago. So it just stayed with me in my heart. I'm like, one day I'm going to do this. But it was a process. It was a process of healing because I'm going in my personal life through a lot. So I'm healing through knitting, through sewing things, discovering all my, capabilities and designs and creativity. It was incredible, incredible. I was just like, wow, who am I? Who are you? I mean, this is insane. And the designs that I was coming up with will always caught people's attention every time I went out for dinner. The little times that I went out, because I really recluded myself at home, I didn't want to go out anywhere. I was just like nurturing my soul again and growing again, finding my own identity. And eventually, yeah, last year, or I'll let you go, Gabby, because again, I'm going to keep on going. Go ahead, please. I don't know if
Perfect.
I answered your question. I hope I did.
I will read it. So, has anyone ever told you that one of your designs changed how they see themselves? Could you share what that moment felt like?
I'm not sure if I understood your question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Again, has
Yes.
anyone ever told you that one of your designs changed how they see themselves?
Oh my
Could you
God,
share what that
absolutely.
moment felt like?
Yes, I mean, I see it every time they come to my atelier. Every time people wear my skirts or any piece that I designed for them, especially when I did the fashion show last year, I collaborated with the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation, and they were looking for a designer that could make adaptive fashion. Now, it was, I mean, nobody's doing that, right? So I say, I will do it. Oh my God, because I'm part of a WhatsApp chat, and it's all for fashion and artists, and it's the community here in Miami. And so I never really grab the phone. I'm always so busy. I'm always running, doing everything on my own. And basically I happen to grab my phone and I see that message and I'm like, oh, me, I'm on. And so they were, yeah, I basically got selected. They saw my line that was not adaptive yet, but I was doing a lot of versatility. All my skirts, my jumpsuits, my signature iconic skirts are versatility, and they're adaptive. I mean, you can also, I can also put a magnet on it and put a bow, and boom, it's adaptive. So everything that I've always created is being down the lines of being adaptive. And so yeah, I mean, my models were, I wouldn't say patients, but are people living with disability, and specifically multiple sclerosis. And so they had, one has no mobility for 27 years, is Heather. She's a sweetheart with the best attitude and beautiful soul. She's always smiling, but she can't walk. And she hardly can use her arms and hands. And there were seven of them, and I developed 10 designs specifically for that fashion show that night. And that night meant a lot to them because obviously they felt beautiful and they felt like someone was paying attention to them. And so when they came to visit me, I took their measurements and to make sure that every piece was catered to not only their needs but also their style and their personality. And I selected the materials or fabrics that will be you know comfortable for them, because um, a lot of these challenges that they go through, you and I and no one has an idea how difficult it could be for them to get dressed, even how the sensitivity in their skin is a problem. And so I utilize chiffon and silk, and to so they can be very comfortable, but also very elegant and very fashion forward. They feel gorgeous. I mean, they were just like when it's Christmas, you're waiting for Christmas to open all your presents. I mean, they were so excited for that fashion show, November 7th, November 6th, one day before my birthday last year. So to me, that was my birthday present to give. Was the best. It was really, really satisfying. Or there's another word. What is that word? Sia.
I think
It,
satisfying is it rewarding?
rewarding. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, it was really a joy to see how beautiful they felt and how I was changing their life. And they are the ones that are now my biggest inspiration among other friends that I have that are a wheelchair user for many years. And one of them is Nono, a Venezuelan wheelchair user that is, yeah, another a mistake when he was born, and he's always been in a wheelchair. And so,
So,
yeah, it's
so Melissa, sorry to interrupt you. I wanted to ask you now that you mentioned Venezuela. So you are also working with people from, I believe, Miami, where you are located right now. What about your as a Latina, and how do you become as an advocate also in Latin America for that? And for you are a Latina and a woman doing this. So how do you become an advocate for this?
well, is this is international. This is a global need. I need to bring awareness. I need a lot of support from investors. I need support from influencers that are going through some kind of disability or that have some kind of disability. I guys, I'm talking about this is not only disability for people that are born with it, but this is for people that are coming from war with they have amputees. This is for elderly people as well, because now they're in a house, in a housing house, that's incorrect, in a place where they need to be more comfortable. And even what I'm creating is for you and I. It's for everyone because it's also fun. It's magnetic buttons, it's Velcro, it's cool, it's comfortable, it's functionable, it's adaptive. So yeah, I mean, I'll be the voice for them, not only for fashion, but also to bring awareness, to integrate, to that they have to be integrated in society. And the fashion is obviously the most amazing way for one of the most amazing ways for us to express ourselves, to show who we are in the world, to be confident and express. Do we like stripes? Do we like, are we, what's your style really? Is it preppy like I am today? I'm preppy. Preppy, right? Or do you like to be more like, hippie? Or are you more casual or elegant? Fashion is very important. And that's part of the whole agenda. Just providing them confidence and giving them, comfortability and dignity. So people can say, "Hi, oh my God, I love what you wear in your pants. Oh, that jacket, where'd you get that from? Oh my God, you're so cool." They're gonna be visible again. Oh, they were how they always should have been.
So first of all, I want to thank you for two things, because you've done two things on the podcast nobody's ever done.
What?
We've never had a tour before. That was
Oh
really
no!
cool. We've never had anybody give us a tour before, so that was really, really cool. We
Oh,
got to, and then you taught us a word that I don't think anybody has ever heard or we've ever used. Your attaché.
atelier.
Try that again.
So atelier is a word
Atelier.
in French that
Mm.
ends up is ATEIR, right? But the R is not pronounced, so it's atelier.
Perfect. So now you've done two things on the podcast nobody's ever done before. You taught us a new word. You gave us a tour. So this has already been like one of our favorite ones.
Oh, I'm
But,
so grateful.
so
It's
with
my
that being said,
pleasure.
so you're a lot of the work that you do, I'm assuming you have great partnerships and sponsorships with a lot of nonprofit organizations.
Not yet. My first
Really?
one, no, this is exactly how great this is,
Wow.
because I'm calling everyone. I'm here, people. I'm here waiting for partnerships, for name it, investors, charities, foundations, influencers. We need to partner it up because I can't do it on my own. What I'm doing is grandiose, it's beautiful, and it's very needed. 1.4 billion with the big B is the number of disability in the world.
Yep.
It's huge, and all these people have no designers paying attention to their needs.
Well,
So it's traumatic, it's pathetic, right? So I feel like it's my call, it's my responsibility to do something about it, especially because I'm not doing it because I want to be a billionaire, so but I'm also most importantly helping the most needed, helping beautifying people's life, embracing who they are, allowing them. I received an email yesterday that literally put me in tears, how thankful she was. I was a chaperone in one of the events for Team Tebow. He has the Night to Shine. He has a foundation beautiful for uh, um, special people, yeah, of all kinds and disability. And as I serve in my church, I'm one of the leaders, and I teach fitness is another thing that I do for fun. And anyways, that particular night, I was a chaperone, and I met this beautiful boy, and I see her mom is feeding him because he can't move. And I get closer to him because I'm drawn to him. I'm like, wait a second, he's dressed like super cool. He's got a flower here, he's wearing a hat and a vest and a suit. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, oh my God, I love how you look. And he's like, oh my God. And then his mom is feeding him food, right? Because he has no mobility in his hands, in his entire body. When I get closer to him, guys, his name was Julian, who's my son's name. And I'm like, oh my God, this is insane. Like, oh my God, what are you trying to say? This is insane. So I got really, he moved me, and we connected, and I was his chaperone the whole night. We connected, his mom and I, and her mom, I mean his mom, sent me a beautiful email last night, thanking me for what I'm doing, expressing. And I'm also, the only way for me to do what I'm doing is understanding every single one of them, even though this is so big that no one has the same needs. Okay, every single um, this disability, let's just say, is comes with different challenges. So in his case, he's in a pretty severe stage. So he has no mobility in his hands. His shoes have need a zipper because he has his feet are like this. So I'm gonna be eventually creating shoes. I'm gonna be designing accessories. I'm already designing accessories, but I need to scale this, right? And that is the reason why I'm calling. Not really yet, but yes, the plan. I have a business plan created, a beautiful PowerPoint showing the magnitude of the importance of what I'm doing, and also the ROI and projections and how important it is all over the world for our love.
Melissa, so we have a question related to, you were talking about all the challenges, in specifically in fashion. We're a staffing company, we're also a consulting company, so what would it be some advice from you who are constantly faced with all these obstacles from people? So what would it be your advice to give to companies, brands, or even people to be more open, to to people with disabilities? What would be one advice, something to consider, something to keep in mind? You are every day facing with this. How will we do that?
Well, I'm all over in the social media, right? I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn. I mean, we are here. I hope they're all watching. I think marketing is important. Through marketing, we can do it all. I am part of a community here in Miami. A lot of people are coming to understand to what I'm doing. This is also kind of new since November last year. Is not a lot of time, and so it's been in my heart for a while, but I've been very busy taking care of the rest of my brand. And now I'm just dedicated, and now is my focus. It's not, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to, if I have a wedding dress, I'm not going to take your measurements and, make you a beautiful wedding dress. Yes, I will, with all the love. But disability to me is got my heart. Like, I really want to focus on this. And so companies they need to know that I exist. That's all it is marketing. Is That's all it is, just spreading the word, looking for sources, charities, like I said, investors, spreading the word. understanding that there is someone that, is looking out to help them and to make a difference, and embrace them.
Well, this is a
Change your
great
world, change your world, just like that.
So this is a great opportunity. You can use our platform right now, and we're more than happy to tag any nonprofit, especially locally, that you think you'd be a great fit with, or you think that you could do great work together, whether it's the MS Foundation or whoever it is that you can think of. If you can think of some that you know, and I'm sure you've already got a target list of nonprofits you want to work with, who are some of those? And what we can use this platform to reach out to them, to connect you guys, and hopefully at the next fundraiser, at the next function, you guys are able to partner up.
Woo! There is the Cancer Foundation. There is Goodwill is interested, actually, with being, there is people that believe in me and love what I'm doing. So there is a lot of support that is into words right now, with Camilo's house as well.
Sure.
There is I can just send you an email and we can elaborate, maybe even do another podcast in the future and see how things are going, and maybe give you great news about who actually, is trying to make a difference with me, because this is a good cause, and I believe everyone is worth it to feel loved and seen and valued.
Perfect.
Not only us, like they need to feel that they are cared for.
Awesome. And all right, so I am very curious. You're doing great things out there. What is the next big project on the horizon?
Oh my God, I can't even talk about this. It's so big. Okay, so most importantly, I need to, that's one of the things that I like to do, is to scale the brand, right? So I've decided, I have a lot of designs, sketches done. And I like to do a choose a manufacturer, perhaps in Colombia, and to be able to develop the line, scale it, and partner it up with, stores that I would love to have the exclusivity to have my line there. For now, I'm focused on that, but also I'm developing teaching programs for adaptive fashion, also for upcycle, because I do upcycle pieces. So I'm going to show you the most. Here comes the tour that you love so much. So this is my most recent piece, right? This is obviously denim, right? These are like 3 different blue jeans, pants that I converted into a jacket, right? What makes it adaptive is the magnetic buttons. Let's see if I can pull this off. So this is magnetic buttons. You see, this is very innovative. Not only is super cool, so it's 2 things combined. I'm trying to save the world, guys. Like, it's upcycle, which helps the world. It's the water, it's electricity, it's soap, it's all these leftover things that are, thrown away, and also adaptive. So I think it's great, So basically, they don't have, if you have no mobility in your hands, no worries, because you can just, it's hard with holding the phone. You got to work with me here. I'm struggling, but okay, here. It's kind of common sense. It just goes, it's just in the mannequin now, but you don't need, I have Nono. Nono is one of my most dear friends to my heart, and he's a wheelchair user. I was talking to his brother yesterday. You're not going to believe that there is like a device that he uses to button what we take for granted every moment we get dressed. He has a little device that he puts through the loop, through here, like this, to be able to pull the button, to button himself. He spends about 15 minutes to button himself, sometimes longer. You understand the magnitude of how, important this is. It's like it takes them a lifetime to get ready every morning before they go out. Sometimes they're exhausted. It drains them, and also the caregiver, to go out. They don't even want to go out anymore. They're like, oh my God, I mean, this is ridiculous. So it's important.
Yeah, I
My,
remember when my grandma was in her late 80s, early 90s. I remember her getting ready took so long. It had to be really worthwhile for her to actually get dressed and go do something. So I completely understand where you're coming from. But we do have a bunch of questions that just came in from the audience.
okay.
Yes.
And Gabby, and there's a bunch of them. So yeah, Melissa, I've noticed you are quite the talker. If we can, because there's so many questions, and I want to get to them before we run out of
I didn't
Um,
even know. I don't even know how many people are connected. I forgot we had an audience. I'm like so into this.
every time we go live, we have no idea what to expect. More and more people are joining every week, and this week it looks like we've got a bunch of questions. So I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to give the mic to Gabby, and Gabby's going to go through all of them. Thank you.
I promise to do
Thank
the
you.
best.
Melissa, we have here a question very interesting related to what you are talking. So, what's something people don't see when they look at your work? Something behind is the scenes that's essential to the process. Again,
Yes, please.
last part, all the question.
The last part.
Okay, something behind the scenes that's essential to the process. So, what's something people don't see when they look at your work, like something very special?
That's a tricky question. Something behind the scenes that they can't tell in my piece. Is
Or
that
that is very special, but you can show that, or we don't see.
Yeah, for example, you were sharing about your process, Melissa. So,
Mhm.
for example, behind the scenes, the people don't see the process. You have to go through thinking on how to put the pieces together. For example, you measure a person and then you're like thinking, okay, what is the process behind it? What people don't see from all that process when you are actually portraying your pieces?
I get it. Oh, you're gonna laugh with this. So I'm not the typical fashion designer that everyone have seen. I'm a little bit special. When it comes to these pieces that are made out of denim, specifically, I get so passionate. I play music, I put my candles on, and I go in front of the mirror and I literally start like playing around in front of the mirror. And sometimes I just pin. I have videos that are here on my Instagram, and I start pinning myself, pinching myself sometimes, and cutting. And I'm my own, mannequin, and voila, there is a piece that comes alive. When things are, that is how I've been doing upcycle jackets, right? Because it's not you. Zia coming to me, Melissa, I want this. No, every piece is one of a kind. Every piece is unique. Now, if you see that particular piece and say, make me one, I will do my best to replicate. But guess what? It might be even better. It might be have a twist because I get inspired and it's so much fun. And then my clients, they trust me, so they let me do whatever I want. That's the upcycle phase part of that. Now, when it comes to a piece of a wedding dress or a particular or my signature look, which is my jumpsuits and my skirts, the process is this. I take your measurements, right? And if I don't have the specific color that you like, let's just say you want, stripes in black with red, whatever. So I go shopping. I include my clients in the whole process, which they love. I go shopping. I have a discussion with them about what's the occasion, what are they comfortable with, how much they want to show, what would they like to conceal. I embrace their personality. I try to understand what makes them comfortable or not. And it's kind of like a psychology as well, because I want them to have fun and to feel gorgeous for that party or that event, right? So after I take the measurements and I talk to them and pinpoint basically what is it that will, made them feel comfortable, I go shopping for the fabrics, come back, I do the cutting in my table. If I don't need patterns, if I do need patterns, I'm going to make my patterns, which are the plastic ones that I show you here. So all these patterns are made by me. So these patterns is what you put on top of the fabric. That's your guidance. You cut and then you sew in your sewing machine. And voila, the piece comes alive. That's the process. And that's how a custom made piece is made.
Huh.
For
Beautiful.
jackets for men, I take your measurements, and I also make jackets for men, or pants or skirts, whatever you want. I do custom made pieces.
All right, so
I
Melissa,
had
we are running pretty. We're running towards the end of this, but I wanted to ask one final question,
Okay.
and I'm hoping. So we've had a lot of fun on the creative side, but I want to talk. I want to ask you one business question. This is an incredibly niche market. It looks like it's incredibly time consuming,
Mhm.
and everything you do is very high end. How are you able to turn a profit while still serving a underrepresented community? Because that is a very, very difficult thing to do in this day and age. So you tell me that, because on the business side, I'm super excited about that one.
Me too, because that's where I need to go. Right now, it's custom made, so I need to be in a position to scale the business. That's why I have prepared a business plan with projections where investors can understand the magnitude of the need, the market, the profit, and the levels, and how globally important it is. Right now is no, I'm not leaving from that. That's the future to come. That is the future to come. Very, very close.
So this is your pet project you're turning into the future. Got understood. Understood. Okay, I got it.
Absolutely. The pieces that I'm doing are custom made, but that's not what I want to do. I want to create the awareness so people can actually purchase through my website and be able to wear my designs and change their lives and be comfortable, and just start getting dressed as they deserve globally. This is supposed to go everywhere in the world, to big stores, even, I mean, my price point. I wanted to make it also because, Tommy Hilfiger, he actually has a line that he came up with for disability, but he's using, his branding colors, the blue and the red and the white and the navy, right? So, and they're very conservative now. That I'm taking that to my adaptive fashion to another level, as you may imagine. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be, very fashion forward. It's gonna be. I have happy faces in some of the, pieces, and when I show it to Nono, he started laughing, so excited, because yeah, I want to use happy faces on some of the sweatpants. So the line is, it needs to, it will be available to, stores, Target, Marshalls. I mean, the price point is going to be accessible. Why? Because what's in the market right now is very expensive, and it's not really tastefully done. That's what I'm hearing from all the people that are, living with disability at the moment, and they're sad. They're like, Melissa, we need you. I mean, this is crazy. It's so hard to find a piece that Julian wants to wear, for example. He likes to dress good, and everything is like so depressing in
Melissa, I
the
love
market.
it. But we have here a last question from the audience.
Okay.
So, if you could collaborate with any designer or brand to make fashion more inclusive, who would it be?
That's a question from someone.
Yes.
I would like Valentino.
Why?
I really love Valentino. I'm on the classy and fun part, and I believe in what they do. I love their aesthetics. I love how tasteful is done. Their style. That's someone that I would love to. But there's tons of designers in the world, right? Yeah, Valentino, Chanel. I wouldn't complain if they call me. Let's just put it that way.
awesome.
Yeah,
Melissa, so we have the last question. And people, if you want to follow Melissa, just go ahead and follow her on LinkedIn on as Melissa Garšva, and also on Instagram. And you're also on LinkedIn, Instagram. You have Facebook as well, correct? Yeah,
correct.
so she's everywhere. So if you have questions and everything. And the last question, Melissa, is what advice would you give to someone who wants to start in this career?
Oh my God, follow your heart. just follow your passion, follow your heart. Don't let anything stop you. I'm sure you heard this before, but it's true because you're gonna get so many challenges in life. But I believe that doors are gonna open when because it's contagious when people see that you do what you do with so much love and it's expressing every piece they see, and you actually see what you're doing, you're giving is priceless. Don't give up. Just keep going. Doesn't matter if you become homeless. Just keep going. You'll figure it
Awesome.
out. Just work hard on it and just you know be resilient, be strong, and be faithful. Because in my case, without the big man up there, I can't do anything. So faith for
Awesome.
me is very important. Yes.
Melissa, thank you so, so much. This was really inspiring for, I'm pretty sure for a lot of people.
I
Your
hope
work
so.
is amazing, and we're really happy to, take this opportunity to talk about it. Don't forget to follow us, guys, on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. There are more podcasts coming soon, and next Wednesday as well, we have another person. Her name is Jennifer, so stay tuned. She's gonna talk about SEOs and businesses. But we're glad to have you today, Melissa, and talk about this amazing topic. Thanks
Thank
again, and
you.
talk to you soon. We'll see you next
Thank
time,
you,
guys.
guys. God bless
Thank
you. It
you.
was a
Thank
pleasure.
you, Melissa.
My pleasure. Bye bye.